A lifeguard is mysteriously killed by an invisible force, but that's only the beginning. After a forbidden ritual meant to cure two teenage boys, a shape-shifting entity starts hunting them by taking the form of the person they love the most. Now, they must uncover the terrifying truth before they become its next victims. Somewhere in Australia, at a local public pool, lifeguard Marnie is about to finish her shift and head home when she notices one of the shower stalls suddenly turning on by itself. Brushing it off as a plumbing issue, she steps inside for a quick shower. Within moments, her relaxed moans transform into blood-curdling screams. An invisible force traps her inside the stall, preventing any escape before brutally killing her. The story then shifts to two high school students, Ryan and Naim, who stumble upon a snake devouring a frog in the wilderness. Curious, Ryan pokes at the snake, but Naim quickly warns him to leave it alone. The pair soon arrive at an abandoned mill and sneak inside to explore. Ryan casually grabs a heavy rock and hurls it at a shelf, while Naim struggles to lift a thick metal pipe but can't. Ryan teasingly flicks Naim on the ear, prompting Naim to shove him back. Their playful argument quickly turns into a lighthearted wrestling match, with Ryan easily pinning Naim down. The teasing soon gives way to affection as Ryan kisses him, and Naim kisses him back, revealing that the two are secretly in a romantic relationship. After spending some quiet time together, they leave the mill. On the way out, Naim complains that Ryan always ignores him whenever they're at school.
We're at school. By the way, you act, talk, speak.
Ryan brushes the accusation aside and reminds him not to tell anyone about their secret meeting at the abandoned mill. The two then return to their separate homes. Meanwhile, Pastor Rod delivers a sermon at the local chapel, but Ryan and Naim barely pay attention, remaining far more focused on each other than on the service. After the gathering, Pastor Rod introduces Naim and his mother, Arlene, to his son Hunter. Sometime later, Naim visits Ryan's house, expecting to spend time with him. Instead, he is stunned to see Ryan playfully teasing Hunter by tossing small pebbles at him. Moments later, Ryan and Hunter begin passionately kissing each other right before Naim's eyes. The shocking betrayal leaves Naim completely heartbroken. Unable to confront them, he silently turns away and walks off, devastated by Ryan's apparent betrayal. Naim resolves to get revenge on Ryan. He heads straight to Hunter's house and reveals Ryan and Hunter's relationship to Hunter's family. Pastor Rod and his wife Kathy are left stunned after learning the truth about their only son, while Hunter's sister, Izzy, quietly walks away. When Hunter returns home, his mother confronts him angrily, while Rod does his best to calm her down. Pastor Rod immediately summons Ryan and his mother to his house for a ritual. On Rod's command, a deliverance healer performs a ritual on both Ryan and Hunter by lighting his gas lighter.
Do you feel it?
All your lust. But now, right now.
At first, Ryan and Hunter think it is just bullshit that isn't going to work, not knowing that everything is about to change terribly.
Aaron brought fire to please themselves.
Suddenly, Ryan and Hunter convulse violently on the floor, as if something dreadful has entered their bodies. Overcome with guilt, Naim flees the scene in fear. Later, Ryan is brutally bullied by his classmates, who throw dissected frogs at him. At a convenience store, Naim runs into Ryan and tries to apologize for his actions, but Ryan refuses to listen and storms out. Moments later, Naim visits Ryan's house to meet him in person, but what he sees leaves him confused. Ryan is talking to someone whom Naim can't see anywhere. Naim hides behind a wall and secretly keeps an eye on him. He notices Ryan leaving the house while continuing to talk to someone invisible. Naim follows him to a local skating rink and stops outside a photo booth after hearing Ryan whispering inside. Naim looks at the photo strip and finds Ryan comfortably making out with someone invisible. Suddenly, Ryan starts screaming in pain, prompting Naim to rush inside. But what he sees there leaves him utterly shocked.
Stop, Ryan, following me. Ryan, stop.
Panicked, Ryan tries to escape and begs Naim to stop doing this to him, leaving Naim completely confused. Naim asks who he was with inside the booth. In a fit of panic, Ryan replies, "It was you," and pleads with Naim to leave him alone. Afterward, Naim visits the gas station where Hunter works and asks what the deliverance healer did to him and Ryan that day. Hunter replies that whatever the healer does always works. Naim then asks whether it worked on them. Hunter leaves Naim shocked when he reveals that Ryan comes to the gas station every night and throws stones at him. When night falls, Naim secretly slips into the gas station to verify Hunter's claim without Hunter's knowledge. Moments later, Hunter's claim proves to be true when Naim sees him standing helplessly outside the gas station as someone unseen pelts him with stones. Suddenly, the situation takes a horrifying turn when an invisible force wraps around Hunter's neck and begins strangling him. Frozen in fear, Naim can do nothing but watch helplessly from inside the gas station. By the time he manages to rush outside, it is already too late. The evil entity drags Hunter into the darkness, and he disappears without a trace. In the next scene, Hunter's severed head is found lying among the bushes deep in the wilderness. Horrified, Naim reports the incident to the police, but no one believes his story. Instead, a female police officer tells him to get some rest, explaining that people often struggle to process traumatic events. Refusing to give up, Naim insists that the same evil force is going to kill Ryan next. However, the officer dismisses his warning and starts walking out of the interrogation room. Just then, with tears streaming down his face, Naim reveals a shocking truth. He and Ryan were in a relationship. The officer later informs Arlene that her son is homosexual and had been romantically involved with Ryan. Convinced that Naim's jealousy somehow led to Hunter's death and believing he needs to be fixed, Arlene takes him to the mysterious deliverance healer. Two men forcibly drag Naim inside the house, where the healer performs the same sinister ritual on him. Once the ritual is over, Arlene approaches her son, but Naim silently walks past her without saying a single word. Outside the house, Naim spots Ryan and rushes toward him, desperately kissing him. Suddenly, Ryan flies into a violent rage and tries to kill him. Naim barely manages to break free before sprinting back home. Panicked, he warns the people at the house party that Ryan just tried to kill him outside. Meanwhile, the real Ryan calmly walks out of the house, leaving Naim utterly bewildered. Terrified, Naim turns and runs for his life as Ryan chases after him. Meanwhile, Izzy arrives and pulls Ryan and Naim aside, revealing something they had been completely unaware of. She explains that while attending a camp, she heard a disturbing story from a group of kids. They told her that two girls had visited a mysterious deliverance healer. After undergoing the ritual, one of them died at the public pool, the same girl who was later identified as Marnie. Although the authorities ruled her death as an accidental slip, Izzy dismisses that explanation as complete nonsense. Confused, Ryan asks why she is telling them all of this. Izzy then drops an even more shocking revelation. She says that immediately after the ritual, her brother Hunter began seeing a horrifying entity. Naim asks what happened to the other girl. Izzy explains that Jessica survived but ended up hospitalized after the ritual. According to her, the same supernatural entity is now coming after both Ryan and Naim whenever they are alone. Determined to uncover the truth, Ryan and Naim head to the hospital to meet Jessica. During the drive, Naim searches for Marnie online and discovers reports confirming that she was mysteriously found dead at the swimming pool. When they finally arrive at the hospital, they find Jessica repeatedly snapping an elastic band against her wrist in a strangely obsessive manner. Nervously approaching her, they ask about Marnie and beg her to tell them everything she knows about the deliverance healer. Jessica immediately warns them that if they ever encounter the healer again, they must run without looking back. Ryan grimly interrupts, saying they're already too late. The three step outside the hospital, where Ryan asks Jessica what exactly the entity looks like. Jessica explains that it never has a fixed appearance. Instead, it always disguises itself as the person you desire the most. It could be your best friend, your favorite movie star, or even a gym teacher you once had a crush on. Suddenly overwhelmed with fear, Jessica urgently tells Ryan and Naim that they must stay apart because being alone is the only way to keep each other from falling victim to the entity. At a nearby bus stop, Ryan quickly boards a bus while Naim lingers behind. Naim is horrified to see another Ryan calmly walking toward him. Realizing the creature has taken Ryan's appearance, he frantically begs the driver to reopen the door. At the very last second, Naim jumps onto the bus, narrowly escaping the entity. The following day at school, the nightmare continues. While Ryan is inside the restroom, an entity disguised as Naim suddenly attacks him as the real Naim watches helplessly in shock. Inside a church, Kathy comforts Rob as he mourns the loss of his son, Hunter. However, he glares at Naim with burning hatred, clearly blaming him for everything that has happened. Later, Izzy drives Ryan and Naim to a remote location where they are supposedly going to meet the mysterious deliverance healer. The two wait anxiously for Rob to arrive with the healer. However, a car soon pulls up carrying Izzy's friends, revealing the entire meeting was nothing more than a setup. Izzy had lured them there so her group could punish Ryan and Naim for hurting her family and avenge Hunter's death. Thinking quickly, Ryan manages to reach his car and slams it straight into the attackers. Naim dives into the passenger seat, and the pair speed away before the gang can stop them. Ryan eventually drops Naim off outside his house, warning him to trust nothing that looks exactly like him. That night, Naim is suddenly jolted awake by the evil entity. Terrified, he rushes into his mother's bedroom and sleeps beside her, hoping her presence will keep the entity away. The following morning, Naim desperately begs his mother not to leave him home alone. Arlene asks him to explain what is going on. Naim tells her that the evil entity always appears in Ryan's form whenever he is by himself. Arlene brushes off the story as pure nonsense and tells him to make his own dinner before heading off to work. After school, Naim runs into Ryan, who begins walking straight toward him. Mistaking him for the shape-shifting entity, Naim panics, sprints back home, and slams the front door shut. That night, a strange noise echoes from the kitchen. As Naim investigates, he finds Ryan patiently standing outside the house. Ryan calmly asks to be let in, but Naim refuses, warning that his mother will be home soon and won't be happy to find him there. Feeling guilty, Naim apologizes for exposing Ryan's relationship with Hunter. Ryan assures him that he isn't upset and begins speaking in a gentle, affectionate manner. However, his demeanor suddenly shifts. He violently tears through the wire mesh, reaches inside, and rips out a handful of Naim's hair, proving he isn't the real Ryan at all. Naim tries to flee, but the entity drags him back inside. It forces its hand into Naim's mouth, attempting to rip out his internal organs. Fighting for his life, Naim repeatedly stabs the creature before igniting his gas lighter. The flames frighten the entity just long enough for him to escape. Naim races to a nearby convenience store and begs the cashier to keep the shop open and stay with him until his mother comes back. The cashier coldly refuses, locks up the store, and leaves Naim completely alone. With nowhere else to go, Naim runs into the woods, where he once again encounters the entity disguised as Ryan. Realizing the deception just in time, he dodges a massive stone hurled at him and escapes deeper into the forest before taking refuge inside the abandoned mill. Ryan follows him into the mill. The creature overpowers the exhausted Naim, pins him to the ground, and begins choking him while Naim desperately reaches for his gas lighter. Just as the entity prepares to crush his skull with a heavy metal pipe, Naim gently touches its face, momentarily calming it. Taking advantage of the hesitation, he grabs the lighter and scares the creature. Naim then ignites the abandoned mill and escapes just before the entire building is engulfed in flames, leaving the burning entity screaming inside. A forensic team later investigates the charred remains of the mill but fails to recover Ryan's body. Arlene suggests that Ryan may have escaped before the fire consumed the building. Naim confronts his mother, telling her that ever since she took him to the mysterious deliverance healer, both he and Ryan have been relentlessly hunted by the same evil force. Arlene finally admits the truth. She confesses that she had known about the ritual all along and arranged it because she believed it would protect him. Instead, it unleashed a nightmare that neither of them can undo. Sometime later, Arlene stops at a gas station. While she goes inside to pay, Naim quietly slips out of the car and disappears. He eventually arrives at a bus stop where he unexpectedly finds Ryan. Approaching cautiously, Naim realizes this is the real Ryan. Ryan, equally frightened, recognizes that Naim is also the real one. Relieved to have found each other, the two board a bus together, determined to leave the cursed town behind forever. As the bus drives away, Naim glances out the window and spots the entity once again wearing Ryan's face. This time, however, he chooses not to acknowledge it. Instead, he turns back toward the real Ryan and quietly cherishes the company of the person he loved more than anyone else in the world.